So I'm going to share a very quick, what's going to seem like quite a random story, but I promise it's got context to estate agents. Now, before I started with EXP, before I set up my own business, I was working as a personal trainer for a little while. I'd been drilling down into fitness, got myself in quite good condition, quite fit, quite lean, feeling quite good. And then when I started my business, quite stupidly, I let that take complete focus. Not to say that it's not right to focus on your business, of course it is, but you need to have a balance. And of course, it's pointless building a great business, making a load of money and whatever else, if it is that your health is suffering as a result. So I've been quite silly in that respect, but over the last 2.5 years, whilst I've been very mindful of the fact that my nutrition could have been improved, I should be moving more, I could be training, I could be making more of an effort to be healthy, I've just not done. And it's not because I lacked education, it's not because I didn't see the importance, it was pure and simply because in my own headspace, I just wasn't in a place where I was able to physically prioritize doing that. I'd said to Becky a few times, oh, I need to get to the gym, I might even go for the odd token workout or do a week here and a week there. But in my head and in my heart, I knew that I wasn't ready to commit to it. I just knew, and I've said this to Becky a million times, when I'm ready to improve my health or go about any goal, I know intuitively in my mind whether I'm just going as a matter of process and I'm going to fall off and I'm not serious about committing and making it work. But I also know when I'm in a place where I'm ready to make change and where I feel passionate about putting something in action and going ahead and achieving that goal. In myself, regardless of the external variables or what comes out of my mouth, I know in my heart whether or not I'm ready to set about a task or I'm not. Now, the reason why that's relevant for estate agents, particularly agents coming into setting up their own agency who are on the outskirts, weighing up the options, or maybe having conversations and sort of working out, okay, do I leave employment or do I leave my current role and come into setting up my own thing, or do I not do it? You know, you can do all the research you want, watch all the YouTube videos. There's a hell of a lot of information out there. You can speak to people at various models, agents that have smashed it, agents that are struggling. You can speak to employees, directors, managers, recruitment people, whoever you want. And they'll all give you an insight into what you can expect. But you have to be in a place in your life where you're ready to take that opportunity and run with it. You can get the best framework in the world. It's not going to build you a great business and make you a load of money unless you're willing to put the work in at the front end. The same with me and my fitness goals. I've got all the education. I understand how the human body works. I've got a degree in exercise science and know how to get fit. I know how to be healthy. I know how to lean down and achieve my composition goals. But if I'm not in a place where I'm mentally prepared to walk into that gym, to pick up the weights, to get on the floor, to do the burpees, to go out for the walks or the runs or whatever I'm going to do, it doesn't matter how much knowledge I've got or how much I'm saying I want to make change. If I'm not willing to put those hard miles in, I ain't going to get the result out of the back end. And it's exactly the same when you come into a venture like this. So people reach out to me and I reach out to people quite frequently to speak about the EXP model, and I'm happy to speak about that all day long because it's something I feel very passionate about, regardless of whether or not the agent comes aboard. But agent, you know, Mr. or Mrs. Agent watching this video, considering this move, you know whether or not you're at a place in your life, whether you've got the right sort of circumstances, the right support, whether you're in the right headspace with the right mentality. You know whether or not these things are in place, and you should be coming into a framework like this. If you're excited, if you're ambitious, if you want to see where it takes you and you're ready to commit, then crack on. If you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure, is it the right time? I'm not sure about this. I don't feel confident about that. I could just do with this. Identify that grey line between excuses because you're fearful and it feels like a scary change, and actually not being in the right place legitimately. And if you're not in the right place legitimately, don't walk into something like this to set yourself up for a fall, because all what will happen is if you're not in the right place, if you're not ready to commit, if you've not got the right experience, the right finance, whatever it is, you might be setting yourself up for a fail. You might have absolutely smashed it in the right circumstances if you'd have waited a few more months or got another year's worth of experience. But if you're coming in premature, all that's going to do is set you up for a failure. You was doomed from day one. Inevitably, it won't work out. You'll run out of steam. You'll run out of cash, whatever it is. You won't get to where you want to be. You'll feel like you failed. You'll feel like you've let yourself down. You'll feel like you've got your tail between your legs. You'll walk away, never to return. That's not where we want to take it. We need to get good, passionate people looking at this framework, setting up better futures for themselves, having more impact, creating more freedom, making more money, slowly changing the consumer's perception of this great industry, one agent at a time. And you can only do that if you're in the right place, in your own mind and in your own life to make it work.